Hey spoops, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. Today we are going to be doing my April favorites. My hair is not quite cooperating today, so please bear with me if it starts to look really funky and really weird. I'm just kind of dealing with it at this point. But anyways, with that being said, if you guys are interested in seeing the items I have been loving throughout the month of April, then just keep watching. So to start off, we have my Ulta Beauty Everyday Faves palette. I was really trying to figure out if I've ever shared this in a video before, and I don't think I have, at least in a favorites video. I've showed it off in a lot of my tutorials before, but I was trying to rack my brain on if there were any favorites videos, but I don't think so. But regardless, I've been loving it this month, so even if so, I'm sharing it again. I saw this in the checkout line at Ulta probably over a year ago at this point, and I've finally been playing with it a little bit more this month just because I absolutely love the colors and I love the neutral shades. And it started off because I had actually worn this for my birthday back in March, and then from there I've just been wearing it almost every day that I've been wearing makeup here in April, and it is just so beautiful. You've got your nice warm browns, but also some cool browns, but also you've got these beautiful mauve tones along with some shimmers. So I'm just absolutely obsessed with this palette. Plus the colors are so buttery, and I personally wouldn't have expected this from the Ulta Beauty brand. However, I will say they kind of have been rebranding their own home brand recently, and I'm so happy that they have, because this is a really good quality palette. It kind of reminds me of the Too Faced palettes, you know, like the original ones, that not the chocolate bars, but like the mini like boudoir palettes and stuff like that that have like 9 shadows and they're like this big and they're in like a tin. Kind of reminds me of the consistency of those palettes. So I absolutely love it. So if you're looking for a new neutral palette, definitely check this one out. My next favorite is the Fenty Beauty Pre-Show Glow Exfoliant. I am absolutely obsessed with this product. As you can see, it doesn't look like I've used a lot, but that's because you're not supposed to use a lot whenever you use it. This product is just a little miracle product, and I'm not gonna lie, whenever I ordered this online, I thought that this was gonna probably be, you know, a bigger product, because you're spending what, like 40 something bucks for this. So whenever I got it, I was like, oh wait, she's tiny, she's petite, you know? But this product is definitely hands down the best exfoliant that I have found, and I have really dry skin, and I try my best to allow it so you guys don't really see the dry skin, but like literally I'll put on makeup some days and my skin is flaking off. And that's even after I've exfoliated. So I run into some issues whenever I have to do makeup, or even just, you know, take on a day because my skin is just flaking off. But this has been absolutely amazing. So it comes with the exfoliant and then also this little exfoliator pad. And so you do need to keep up with this and wash this, but you basically just do like, I think it's like 3 to 5 drops on the exfoliant. You have your wet face and then you go ahead and rub it into your face and then you rinse. And I literally have a baby butt face at the end of it. Like, it is so amazing. My skin is so smooth after the fact. And so you do have to be careful. You can only use this twice a week for best results. I don't think they recommend to use it more than that. I use it about once a week, to be honest, and I absolutely love it. I feel like it is the perfect amount for my skin without overdoing it and overworking my skin. So if you guys are looking for a new exfoliator, I definitely recommend this one. I know it is a little bit pricier, however, I personally definitely recommend it, and you don't need to use a lot, so you definitely are able to get a good amount out of this. Like, I think personally this will hopefully last me the whole year, just because you don't need to use it a lot, and then you don't need to use the product frequently as well. Speaking of skincare, we're actually going to be moving on to a serum, where I'm also throwing it back to my March favorites video, where I shared the True Skin Vitamin C Cleanser, and I wanted to try out a few more products from that line, and so I decided to try out their serum throughout the month of April, and I am absolutely obsessed. So this is the True Skin Vitamin C Facial Serum, and it contains vitamin E and hyaluronic acid, and it is fantastic. It is such a perfect little kit to use the cleanser and then also get to use the serum. It is just so amazing, and my skin truly just glows whenever I'm not even wearing makeup, and it has such beautiful brightness to it, and I'm so happy with how it looks. So if you guys are looking to try a new serum, I definitely recommend the True Skin Vitamin C Serum. So that was it for my makeup and skincare favorites. However, I have quite a few media favorites, meaning movies and music and TV shows. So to start off, a brand new movie to Netflix in April is Molly's Game. I just love it. It was so amazing. It was so entertaining as a movie documentary, and it was just so well done, and just it educates you so well on poker and gambling, even if you have no idea about anything. The only thing that didn't quite make sense to me was rake. So that was the only thing that I had to like look up online, but I probably just missed that part of the video when they were explaining that. But it is so interesting seeing everything that she went through, and, you know, hoping that everything that was portrayed in the movie is, you know, accurate and true, and that, you know, it's always a shame when you hope that, but then behind the scenes it really wasn't, and it was quite a scandal. But in the hopes that everything that was being portrayed was truly accurate, it was so fascinating just seeing her point of view of everything, and just everything that was happening and working against her at times, and just like how she's having to make do with it. And I can't say enough good things about it. It was so entertaining to watch. And, you know, I've never gambled or done anything like that in my life yet. My dad tried to teach us poker during COVID. We wouldn't bet anything, but we would definitely play just to see how we were at it, and I was awful. I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm just not really great at betting the odds and things like that. However, if you throw me in a game of bingo, then I will crush you, probably. But yeah, if you're looking for a great new movie to watch, I definitely recommend Molly's Game on Netflix. Switching the genres up quite a bit, horror movies. I love horror movies, and it's funny, I didn't really start liking horror movies until after and during attending cinema makeup school in 2017, because I feel like once I started to learn the process of making monsters, it helped me overcome my fear of watching them. But anyway, speaking of monsters and horror movies, I am referring to the new horror movie, X. So to give you guys a little bit of a synopsis, this horror movie is definitely rated for mature audiences, because the plot of the movie is following, I believe it's in the 1970s, where it is a group of kids and adults where they are making a smut film. And if you don't know what that is, it is basically, you know, a sex film. And in order to do it, you know, they're wanting to become a star, but they need a good location for it. So they end up renting out an extra house on the property of like this creepy old couple. It's a ranch in the middle of nowhere. Perfect scene for a horror movie. But the great thing about it is it's not like other horror movies, especially recently, where the storylines are just very dry, they're unoriginal, there's cheap jump scares all the time, and you know, you kind of get used to seeing horror movies like that. And so what I love about this is the main character, the girl, I can't remember her name, but she plays both the lead girl and then also the creepy old lady, and I'm obsessed with that because they put her through intensive old age makeup transformation in order to get her to that point, and it is so impressive. And it also adds to the creepiness of this old lady so desperately wanting to feel beautiful and young again and desired, and she's seeing this young, beautiful girl, and she's jealous of her, but it makes it so much better because it's the same actress in creepy old age makeup, and it's not intended to be like that is literally like the younger version of her. It is just supposed to also just be like symbolic of like how this lady like sees this young girl, but it also at the same time like it's the same actress, and it's so impressive. So just know it is an absolutely amazing horror film. So if you are looking to watch a new horror movie and you don't want to be disappointed, definitely check out X. It is so amazing. So my next movie favorite is Ready Player One. Now I had always wanted to see this movie, I just never really gotten the opportunity to do so because whenever I was thinking about it, it was never on any of the streaming platforms that I would watch, so I didn't ever really have the opportunity until this month. And so my family got to watch it together, and it was so good. I think it was so amazing. My boyfriend is really into crypto, and so we just kept joking on like the metaverse and how that's gonna be us, you know, in a few years. And like the movie is placed in 2050, I believe, and so I'm like, well, not that far off with where we're going at the moment. I honestly think Ready Player One is probably Elon Musk's like wet dream, if we're being real. But it's an amazing movie, and I love how much they made the video game portion of the movie look like an actual video game instead of trying to make it look like a realistic video game. Like they genuinely made it look like it was a video game, so the CGI was very accurate for the characters, I feel. It didn't feel like they were video game characters trying to look like real. I feel like that would have created a little bit of a disconnect, but when you looked at the characters, they look like you're watching a video game, which I thought was really, really cool. Next, we're moving on to some TV favorites, and of course, I have to mention Bridgerton Season 2. It makes sense that I would mention this, being that I created 6 tutorials inspired by Bridgerton here on my channel. But Bridgerton Season 2 was absolutely amazing. It was sweet and romantic, but also really funny. I love that we got to see a little bit more of Penelope and Eloise in this season. It was also really great getting to see more of Anthony and the family's backstory as well, especially when it came to their dad, and just seeing how much trauma that caused the family and just everything that they were having to go through dealing with that. And so just absolutely amazing. I really loved it. I am obsessed with Kate. Kate is literally, I think, my new favorite Bridgerton character just because she was so amazing. I absolutely loved it. Another TV show favorite that is probably the messiest TV show I've ever seen is The Ultimatum. Could have its own video, just me talking and ranting about it, because it's the kind of TV show where it's so messy and it's so horrible. You don't agree with anything happening, but you're invested because it is so entertaining. It is by the same creators of Love is Blind, which makes a lot of sense, because it gives you the scream at your TV kind of feeling that Love is Blind does, except this is so much worse. Basically, it is 6 couples going into this hotel, and one of them has issued like an ultimatum where one of them wants to get married and the other isn't ready yet. Something to keep in mind, almost everybody on this show was either 23 or 24. So I'm not saying that they don't have a right to be on the show, but the people who are 23, 24 have been in a relationship for like 2 years, they said. And I don't think it is like horribly unrealistic to still not be married yet. You know, like, we are still so young. Like, I understand, like, if you want to get married and your significant other doesn't know if they want that or yet, like, that is definitely a big thing to decide. However, I just feel like most of the significant others wanted to get married. They just wanted to be like in a better financial position, or, you know, finish college or stuff like that. So it's not that they didn't want to get married, it's just that they weren't quite ready yet. So already I feel like this situation, you know, a lot of the couples in the situation maybe wasn't the best situation for that couple. However, oh my God. So basically they get to like this hotel and they enter as couples. And what they have to do is they essentially break up with their significant other and spend a week engaging with the other couples and finding one other person of the opposite sex to enter a fake marriage with for 3 weeks. So they basically find someone else to enter this trial marriage with. And like, you would think most of them, like, okay, if it's like a girl who wants to get married, she's gonna find one of the guys who issued the ultimatum who also wants to get married, so she can see what it's like to be with someone who's ready to get married. And maybe they'll realize, you know, I'm not ready to get married yet. Like, I thought I was, but I'm really not. And it's supposed to show you possibly whether you miss your significant other or not. However, a lot of the couples just ended up finding someone who also didn't want to get into a marriage. So it's just really interesting to see, I guess, which, you know, maybe in that defense, like, you could get their viewpoint also on why this other person isn't ready for marriage, or they are ready for marriage. And, you know, they spend these next 3 weeks together in a trial marriage where, you know, a lot of them are kissing, a lot of them, you know, are doing things that couples do because they're supposed to be like in this like fake marriage. They're supposed to be truly like testing this and seeing if they're compatible with another person and if they can like love another person. And some of them also engage in sexual activities as well, which of course is going to cause some drama because the 3 weeks after that they go back to their original partner. And literally my mind is just blown because, like, I completely understand, like, if people want open relationships, that is completely up to them and their partner. However, none of these situations were like open relationship situations. So basically what you're doing is like you're just putting yourself in a situation that like you end up going back into your original relationship, the person that you want to get married to, and all of a sudden there's drama because it's like, oh my God, you slept with this person. Oh my God, you actually like started to develop feelings for this person. I wanted you to be like obsessed with me the whole time. And like, a lot of people weren't getting what they wanted out of it, and then other people were getting what they wanted out of it, and like it's so messy, and I'm happy it worked out for the people that it worked out for. But definitely it just seemed like in the long run it caused more issues for people than not. And I think a big reason for that was because it is also being recorded and televised. Like, if this were something happening in your private time, I personally do not believe an ultimatum is, like, you know, the best way to get an answer that you want. That is my personal belief. I'm not going to judge anybody who decides to do that. I just personally find, for me, that is not a position I want to put somebody in, and it's not a position I think I would get the answer I want from. But I feel like an ultimatum would be so much better organically or naturally. Like, for example, the hosts of the show, they are hosting the show not only because they hosted Love is Blind, but also because they issued an ultimatum in their relationship as well whenever they were dating. You know, they were dating, they were having issues, she wanted to get married, and he wasn't ready for that yet, so she issued the ultimatum like, okay, well, you know, I want you to propose to me or we're gonna break up. And they ended up breaking up for 6 months, and they dated other people, and then through dating other people, they realized, okay, no, I really want them back and I love them. And then they got back together. That sounds like organic to me, natural to me, like completely fine. Just this forced situation where like you date other people and then you're put in group settings, and like literally the person that you had to break up with that you wanted to get married to is dating somebody else, and like the girl's talking about how sexy they are and all of this, and it's just like, I can almost guarantee Hannah from Smoky Glow is gonna make a video on this, and I really hope she does, because she did one on Love is Blind season 2 and it was absolutely amazing. I agree with absolutely everything that she says. So if you guys maybe want more well thought out, you know, game plan of that, I'm really hoping she makes a video. I think that she will. I'm just gonna recommend it in advance because I guarantee we're gonna have the exact same opinions, and she will explain everything in chronological order way better than me. But I just had to have that mini rant because I'm watching this, and of course it's like super entertaining, but at the same time I'm just like having an earthquake in here because I'm so freaked out. Wow. But yes, anyway, I definitely recommend watching it, which probably isn't the best thing because, you know, we're giving them views for something that I don't agree with, but I think it's really funny, so definitely feel free to watch it. So anyways, that is it for my April favorites. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below what you'd like to see next. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of my videos. And with all that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!